Yeah, misty morning, and we're leaving. Seriously foggy morning, and we have to go over that causeway. This should be fun. This little jaunt today should take us about 3 hours and get to Mustang Island State Park. They don't even have the windmills turning right now. It's so windy. And there's another causeway with little concrete things on both sides.
He's open. Oh, okay. Hello, down here.
Turns out we have to go to the office to check in. This is the office, and it's also got a nice store in it. After we checked in, we unhitched the car, and Mike is now following me to the site.
Yeah, now you're gonna have to move the truck, please. That's the next one next to me.
It says 43
Well, that's what my tag says, 43.
for here. You're right, I'm wrong.
These are all buddy sites. 2 RVs for each space. It's kind of weird. And they're very tight. The kittens have discovered that there are birdies everywhere. Little black birds. And if you look right over the dunes, the Gulf is right there. Rudy's not interested in the birds right now. He's exhausted. And Enzo, poor Enzo, he's always nervous on travel days. And Patches is just tucked in there.
Too slow. Rudy said they waste your time, you can't get the birdies. Look at that handsome man. Look at my needle.
I love the birdies. The birdies are everywhere. Look at the birdies. As you can see, we're like right on top of our neighbors. I mean, there is no space between neighbors. You look out the window, there they are. A little unnerving. Isn't this pretty? Turns out they do nature classes here. And here's one of the spots where they first start their talks. You've got to walk out of the campground and then up this little road. It's only like 1/8 of a mile to get to the access to the beach. And we got pretty Gulf shores. I love watching the water. I find it calms me, especially after a rough travel day with all its stresses. It just makes me feel so great. Padres and Lucy waiting up with me for New Year's Eve. I have the two boys, Desi, sound asleep, and Rudy, who's sound asleep. Oh, they hear some fireworks. The hell is that noise? What was that? And I'm supposed to be shooting off fireworks in a state park, but who knows? Anyway, we're not sure what's going on. But all the boys are sleeping. All the girls are awake. And all the boys is including my husband, who's sound asleep. Okay, we have 1 more hour. MLB 2023. I brought the good glasses from home. Pretty. Make really nice sound. And I don't have champagne tonight. We have sparkling cider. Which is more my speed anyway. Just Mike doesn't like champagne. So I wound up eating it anyway. When I tried to wake Mike up, he just rolled over, said Happy New Year, went back to sleep. It's New Year's morning, and the kittens are so excited because there are birdies everywhere. Tons more than yesterday. I don't know where the heck they came from, but they're on everything. Even Lucy's looking. They're on the ground right below the RV. Enzo's looking for someone to take him for a walk. And Mike is up and making breakfast. Desi's watching all the birdies. If you look, you can see some little black birds flying all over the place. He's just absolutely fascinated. Keeps him so entertained. As you can see here in this shot, there are tons of people here. This place is packed. And you can see the birds flying everywhere. It's just amazing how many people are here. Just a little fog. These cool little shelters with picnic tables underneath. It's supposed to burn off today. Yeah. And looks like we can drive the truck on the beach. That would be fun. When the sun burns off all the fog. Tons of shells on the beach, probably from last week's storm. It's kind of spooky out here. There's the jetty. How much would miss it? And they even give you free litter bags. And you can pick up some trash. That's pretty cool. Walking to the USS Lexington Museum, it's like seeing it coming out of fog. It's kind of spooky. As soon as you walk into the entrance, you're greeted by planes and Christmas trees and all kinds of stuff. You don't know where to look first. I got the Dauntless over here. Things about machine guns. Over here, we have an A7E Corsair 2, a night carrier landing simulator. And it's all fucked. Look how big this rope is compared to our little ropes on our boat. And here we have an R1820 Cyclone. One piston. It was designed by Wright in the 1930s. The Cyclone was a durable, relatively lightweight engine.
It's a beautiful piece of machinery.
And here is a 3-inch 50 caliber anti-aircraft gun. It could be used as a main gun on small Coast Guard and naval auxiliary vessels and armed merchantmen, as well as protecting against aircraft. We get to climb all over this ship. It's kind of cool. Did you know? More than 500,000 U.S. pilots were trained on Lynx simulators, including the famous aviation pilot Amelia Earhart. Used the cleat hitch all the time. He didn't use the bow line very much. My dad was really good at knots.
Well, you worked on a boat.
Yeah, he was
This whole 4
ship.
years doing that.
Yeah, really. The USS Arizona. The bombing of Pearl Harbor is the reason why my dad and his best friend enlisted in the Navy in World War II. When the bombing occurred, they were still in high school, so they had to wait until they got out of high school before they could enlist. Look at all these names. Unbelievable how many people died. Yeah, these are tight. Cruise mess line. I found this part fascinating. They had all kinds of stuff. Especially since my father used to complain about the food. He said it was horrible and they put ketchup on everything. Like, this looked pretty good. My dad was a sonar man on a sub chaser. Maybe they had crappy food. I don't know. Now we're out on the flight deck. Mike loves all the planes. I do too. We got the Blue Angels. This is an F-14 Tomcat. Turns out this Tomcat was used in the filming of the 1986 movie Top Gun. And he brought in such positive publicity for naval aviation and significant increases in Navy recruitment. Fog is burning off, but it still looks spooky. And here we have an FA-18 Hornet. The Hornet proved its value during Operation Desert Storm when a pair of F-18s shot down a pair of MiGs while en route to targets in Iraq. You can't get too closer because they're redoing the deck. This is a T-288 Trojan. Turns out during the Vietnam War, this was used as a covert military operation.
This was an upheld aircraft.
Yeah, In over 25 years of naval service, the A-7 and its pilots flew over 4 million flight hours. There's Thunderbolt. Check out this cool fact. The Huey Cobra introduced a novel power turret in the nose. Coupled electronically to the gunner's helmet, the turret moved as the gunner moved. We just climbed a couple of flights of stairs up to, I guess you'd call it, the helm. They have the charts here. They have radar repeaters here, receivers, a pilot house, which is really cool.
You can see everything from here.
I would think so, yeah.
I mean, the whole flight deck.
Cool. Oh, fog. You must feel like you are at sea. Oh, yeah. All you need is one person.
No, there somebody will.
Yeah. Pier 99. It's got a big open air porch, and you can look out over the bay and see the USS Lexington. They have a musician with live music, and they've got little birds everywhere. Kids would love this. It's got a little tropical vibe going on here, but the guy's playing country music. That's okay. Mike got a seafood melody. It's got calamari in it, and shrimp, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I got crab cakes. I love crab cakes. Let's see how these taste. They were yummy. And the fog is finally cleared, and there she is. She's gorgeous. Morning, it was time to go home. So I'd taken the truck, and I was going to meet him down by the office so we could hook up, because there's just so many people here. I didn't want to get in anybody's way. Mike is driving the motorhome. This is the footage from the dash cam. All he has to do is go to the dump station, dump, and then we're going to go to office, hook up. Sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? Yeah. We hadn't counted on the inconsiderate person at the dump station who's been there for God only knows how long when we showed up. I speeded this up because this must have been a 45-minute ordeal. I don't know what this guy was doing, and neither did anyone else.
You may want to move up. You got two people behind you. They can't even make it around the turn.
There's a guy here rinsing this tank out, bullshitting, and he took out all these hoses and everything. So he's got to put all that shit away.
Okay, the line's getting even longer. One guy that was in line just left. He decided what the worth waiting. And I see the other two are now going to swing around the other way.
That's because the guy in front of me is a complete inconsiderate asshole.
There's always one.
We had to dump our tanks, but at least we know how to do that. Unlike that guy. I am. I was talking to Mike on the ham radio. And we're at Mustang Island, pitching up to go home. It's another foggy day. It's not as foggy as it was yesterday, but it's still pretty foggy. And there's our lovely blue screen. But we're getting better at driving without it.
And you're supposed to start having a conversation. What can you possibly talk about? You know, whose turd is bigger? Over that bridge there. Really see it.
As I said that, on the ferry there's all kinds of delays because of the fog. We were thinking of taking the ferry. We thought that would be pretty cool, but the fog kind of nixed that idea.
Arriving at Pilot Schulenburg, Texas.
This pilot actually has RV lanes, which I think is fantastic. Yeah, hard to top off.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because I got more than half a tank.
Yeah, let's just top off. And we're almost home. Looks like they had quite a bit of rain here too. We got puddles everywhere. Well, needless to say, we made the best of it and wound up having a really great time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell to watch more. Hope you have a great one.